we're interrupting our coverage. There has been a threat to publicly release government material long shrouded in secrecy.
Are they people?
No.
Do you think there could be others?
People have a right to know the truth.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world, all at once.
If you do this, there's no undoing it.
There will be no other day like tomorrow.
We're interrupting our coverage. There has been
So disclosure day, and who better else to do such an epic sci-fi film than Spielberg? Anyway, welcome to the Film Mandate. My name is Papa Otu, and we are reviewing or reacting actually to the trailer of Disclosure Day, which was released at the Super Bowl a couple of days ago. And this particular film in question is something that I've been in expectancy for a while, and it was so discreet in terms of so secretive. The project itself was so secretive, people didn't even know what it was about. Others actually did speculate that it may be on the issue of UAPs or UFOs or aliens, and finally it has dropped. And I think a teaser was given a couple of months ago or weeks ago, but this gives us a little bit more as to what the subject matter is, and definitely about UAPs and their presence in our midst, that is in the world of this particular film. And the interesting thing about this particular project is that in it actually I wanted to, yeah, pardon me, in this particular project you realize that they highlight on the various possible forms these aliens may take. Some we saw animals, we saw humans, UAPs in the or aliens in the forms of humans, and as well as um, water or elements, taking the shape of elements. So it is quite an interesting approach to this subject matter of aliens in this film. And just recently, I don't know whether it was last year, but recently, I think it should be in January, a documentary on the day titled "The Day of Disclosure" was also released on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken, bringing to light the number of years the U.S. government and perhaps other governments have kept secret the existence of aliens, or the those phenomenon happening in the skies, and a whole lot. So I don't know whether it's just coincidental that this movie is being released at this time, but I think one way or the other, it may not necessarily be the case, but it may be, what's it called? It may be actually closely related, knowing that Spielberg have dabbled in the science fiction kind of stories for quite a while. I think he's perhaps one of the best, if not the very best, in terms of filmmakers who could do a science fiction so well. Talk about films that from the E.T. extraterrestrial film that he did, I don't know, in the 80s, to War of the Worlds starring Tom Cruise and I think Dakota Fanning. I'm not so sure, but he's one filmmaker that is known to establish well the world of sci-fi or science fiction films or aliens, and he's done it so well. And I think the subject matter of this film is very relevant today, considering that the documentary and governments of the world have been talking about the presence of aliens and the technology they have to offer. But I think this film goes into the realms of possibilities that we may not have thought of, that maybe even these aliens may exist in certain forms that we originally might not have thought of as potential existing in that form. So I think with regards to how or the approach that Spielberg has taken, indeed, it would shed more light and maybe make us more aware of what we need to look out for. I mean, definitely this is fictionalized. I don't know whether it's the same form that should they exist in this real world we find ourselves in, they may present themselves. But I think it lends itself as a film to more reflect on all the possibilities that perhaps we may not have considered. And I think Spielberg is indeed expert, one expert at crafting films that makes it quite thrilling and at the same time entertaining. So I mean, thrilling and entertaining may be the same word, but I mean, a thriller vibe to it, but at the same time making it quite entertaining. And to have Emily Blunt front this particular production, definitely we are in for a ride in terms of performance, as well as the big spectacle that Spielberg will be able to present with the possible grounded science to it. So yeah, even starting with the media uh, explain or bringing out this news indeed in itself mimics what we have been seeing all along in the world, particularly social media, where a lot of people, Joe Rogan and other people, have spoken about the existence of aliens, and based on reports that have been in the main traditional media. So indeed, and there's not just that, but a lot of people also have come to some of these podcasts, or even if you watch the Day of Disclosure, you would understand that particular subject matter. But media is a crucial role in this film, and for the trailer to or teaser to have begun with this, indeed is a mimicry or a mimic, yeah, or more like drawing parallels to what we are experiencing in real life. Obviously, I think there's going to be a lot in this film, a lot in this film that perhaps this film would reveal much. Um, Definitely, I don't know whether this may actually pinpoint to the exact science of what is happening in our real world, but whatever it is, we will indeed be entertained. That we can be rest assured. So yeah, it is something to look forward to. I'm sure definitely Disclosure Day would be. I must admit I haven't read the synopsis. I haven't read anything about it, but just from the title Disclosure Day, I'm sure it's going to involve some journalists or some people who have encountered UAPs and other life forms and would want to blow the lid off it. And in one of the images, let me see if I can. Um, in one of the images, you saw a vehicle being run into by another into a train, and as to whether this may be a potential government agency trying to prevent another individual from revealing it, it seems very likely. But we cannot speak to the exact matters of it until finally maybe we watch the film and know that this is exactly what it is. But this is something that people have speculated in time past, that um, certain agencies have stopped preventing people from exposing the truth of such matters, and perhaps this may be a scene of similar. But I think yeah, so it is quite interesting. I think to even see, yeah, and it even die. That's interesting. So there's a lot this film is offering, and I think that is what makes it quite entertaining, particularly the alien forms taking the life of an element and animals and all that. It makes it quite interesting. Anyway, there's a lot to unpack in this uh, film when it finally releases, and I think it's something that I'm looking forward to it personally. I don't know what about you, but whatever your thoughts may be, I think I'll be glad to know them. What if you've watched this trailer? What do you think about it? What do you think it entails? What do you think Spielberg is telling us? Whatever your thoughts may be, let us leave it in the comment section and let's have discussion, an ongoing discussion about it. So all too soon, I bring to an end this trailer reaction for the teaser disclosure day. I'll come your way another time with another exciting trailer review or reaction. My name is Papa O2, and this is the Film Mandate. Thanks for watching.